Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Grace here, and this is the Addicted to Healing podcast. Welcome back. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about how to become addicted to healing, as the name of my podcast says, as what this whole channel is about, as what I make these videos about for you guys. I typically don't really give advice on here though, within all the videos I've put on this channel. But I just feel like I need to explain my fucking name and what I'm here for, and that is just to get people into their healing era, their healing journeys, and just, work on themselves from the inside out and just help each other become better people for ourselves and for other people at the end of the day too. So let's get right into it. First things first, I will always say how you talk to yourself matters the most, and that's just the most basic thing you've probably heard your whole life, is that just whatever mindset you're in ultimately shapes your life. I'm learning about that more and more every day, just how true that is. And it's still a struggle for me, at the end of the day too. I've been on my healing journey, I'd say, for the last 6 years, since I was 16, and I'll be 22 next week. Hello. But yeah, one thing that really did help me get into a much better mindset, for real, not just think positive thoughts, blah blah blah, and that being a struggle every day. No. What really helped me is journaling, and yeah, it's basically just a diary, whatever, but any form of writing your feelings out, or maybe just voice memos or recording YouTube videos like this. Any way you can get your fucking feelings out on paper, in some form of physical media, where you can actually look back on it and analyze it and take notes on and just see what the fuck you're feeling, and just document it, is just really top tier for connecting with yourself, and just not ignoring who you are as a person and not ignoring your feelings, because guys, it's so easy to push everything down and try to numb ourselves out of everything that we're feeling. But the more you open up to yourself, the more you're able to open up with other people, and the more authentic you're able to be with yourself and everything you want in life, and just be able to live the life you want to live, because you're not lying to yourself about what you want. You're not lying to yourself about the people in your life, and not trying to make them seem like they're better than they're not. If something's not working, just if you have written documentation about how this person's making you feel, and you look back on it and realize, whoa, maybe I shouldn't be with this person because they make me feel these terrible things. Maybe I shouldn't be at this job because it keeps me in a terrible mood all the time. Maybe I want change in my life. Write about the change you want. I'll read the first journal entry in this journal. This is my current journal. I have so many, and I keep all of mine. Some I've thrown away because they're from when I was younger, and I just don't really want to look back on those times in my life because it's kind of traumatizing. Of the ones that I do still have, they're very important to me, and they did document a time in my life which was super emotional, but also very transformative at the time. And I'm glad I still have those journals to look back on every now and then. For one, to see how far I've actually come as a person, how much I've actually grown. And two, I guess just as a reminder of the fact that I am stronger than I think, that I can get through anything. Because at those times when I was 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and even 21 now, experiencing life and the things that have happened, it's for one, it's so important for me to just write it down and document it, so I can actually just get myself through it and sit with my feelings and not have them buried alive while it's happening to me, so I can actually have some sort of control in my life, some sort of knowing of what's going on when life seems super unpredictable and crazy, right? But also too, it's just in the future, when another thing happens to me, I kind of need to remind myself that oh, remember when you were 16, remember when you were 17, and you were going through this thing that you thought you couldn't get through, when you thought that the world was gonna end at 16, 17, but it didn't, you got through. And you know why? Because you journaled, because you talked to yourself about it, because you wrote songs about it. I write songs too. I'm just a very creative person in general. Being able to look back on the physical media of the way that you documented a tough time in your life is just so special. It's kind of just a love letter to yourself at the same time, to be able to actually go back and read it. And I'm not saying you do need to keep every journal entry, because I said, I've thrown away many other journals that I've had because they were just that traumatizing, that sad to look back on. So if you feel you need to burn your journal after writing in it, go right ahead. If you feel you need to throw it away, do whatever, rip out every page. I've literally done that. I've ripped out pages, I've burned the pages right in front of me, because I felt like it was like helping me like get rid of a feeling, or just like help me really release any tension that was still lingering. Because, you know, sometimes just writing it down just isn't enough. Sometimes you really need to like physically throw the paper away so you can really feel the energy of like just being out of your life. Like, that's totally understandable. If you need to do that, do that. But if you're just in a stage of life where you're just talking to yourself about like, oh, I did this today, I ate this today, I went here today, I hung out with this friend today, I had a great day, that is also super important to you guys. Journaling is not just for being depressed and sad and just having no one to talk to, although it's really helpful when it's like that, because this will become your number one friend, in turn making you your number one friend. This is how you become your own best friend. Talking to yourself every day, every night if you can. If you can do it twice in one day, if you do it 3 times in one day, if you can just journal and journal and journal for hours, talk to yourself about how you feel. Oh my God, you will develop such a strong relationship with yourself, and that is putting you in such a like high priority with yourself, with your life, that like you are just, you know, you're not so accessible to people. You're not giving so much of your energy away to the wrong people, and you're just not letting anyone come in and ruin what you've built for yourself. Because when you build such a strong foundation within yourself, it cannot be touched, okay? And if it can, maybe it's not as strong as you think, and that's okay, because sometimes you get to a point in life where you feel like you can really stand on your own feet within yourself because you've done so much work, and then maybe sometimes someone comes along and it seems like they ruined that for you. But I wouldn't say it's completely ruined. That's like kind of where I'm at in life right now. It's what I've been talking about on my channel, that like I feel like I've had this really good relationship with myself that I've been working on for so long, and then I just experienced an experience I've never experienced before, and it's kind of rocked my world a little bit, and it's kind of thrown me off my rocker and made me think, whoa, am I really who I say I am? Am I really this person that really truly loves themselves, and blah blah blah? And I'm not gonna say that like these things happen because I didn't love myself enough. No, like I was still a person who very much took care of myself. Sometimes we get a little bit lost with some people in our lives, and that's okay. But it just is important to like build that strong relationship with yourself. That is the number one key step in your journey to becoming addicted to healing, is do you have a strong relationship with yourself, with your body, with your mind, with your soul? Like, are you taking care of yourself mentally, physically, spiritually? Like, and it's not really easy, I will say, getting into journaling every single day. When I first started it at 16, it was hard to literally do it like the next day after I did day 1. But once I got my first week down, I felt super accomplished and very proud of myself. And before you knew it, it was like 6 months in, and I was like, wow, I'm like really looking back now, and I have 6 months worth of me journaling pretty much every day on here. And I'm like almost 17 now, and like that will mean it's almost been a year at some point, and that's really cool and beautiful. And like obviously the relationship doesn't build up that fast within yourself. Obviously this is like an ongoing process. Healing is like forever, right? And so is the journey and the relationship with yourself. You have your whole fucking life with yourself. You might as well make it the best you could possibly make it. You might as well be as nice to yourself as fucking possible, and as real with yourself as fucking possible. Because also being nice to yourself, having a relationship with yourself, also means you're being real about like what's not working within you, what's not working around you, with the people around you, the things around you, the places around you. Being honest with yourself, that's being nice to yourself, that's being kind to yourself, that's taking care of yourself. So I think journaling, or just writing down your feelings in any way, recording your feelings, recording voice memos to yourself, videos to yourself, whatever you need to do, make a song, make a poem, maybe paint out your feelings, however you can creatively express yourself, it will help. It will be, you need an emotional catharsis, you know, to express how you're feeling. And like I said too, like sometimes you're just gonna have a point in life where pretty much all your days are pretty chill, and you just can talk to yourself about like just how you spent your day. And that's really important too, and you should keep up with the journaling once it gets to that point. If you start out journaling at a rough time in your life, and then maybe months or years go by where it's finally stable, you're finally not going through anything major, you should still keep it up. You should still like check in with yourself, like, hey, this is how I'm feeling today, hey, this is what I did with myself today. Like, keep checking up on yourself. That is how you're keeping the relationship with yourself alive. It's just the same thing as when people say, like, in a romantic relationship, in a marriage, like, keep dating in your marriage. Like, if you have kids, like, you know, make time to like get away from the kids and go on a date with your spouse. Like, keep flirting with your spouse, be sexy with your spouse still, you know. Don't let the romance die just because you guys are married, just because you guys have kids, just because life is very busy. Like, it's the same thing with yourself. You have to dedicate yourself to yourself pretty much every fucking day, like every day you're alive, because you're with yourself for the rest of your life. You might as well make it a good fucking life living with yourself in your head and your body, with your soul. Like, make sure that's a good place to be, okay? And I said this like a minute ago that I was gonna read a journal entry. Should I? Let me see. Yeah, this is like my current journal. This is from September. The date is September 11th, 2025. I'm discussing this little breakup that I have been going through for the last couple months now, so it's probably gonna be a little vulnerable. But I'll read it before we get into our next segment of how to get addicted to healing. September 11th, 2025. Dear Journal, hey, today's been a good day so far. Been trying hard these hold on, sometimes I can't read my handwriting because it's so fast. Hey, today's been a great day so far. Been trying hard these last few days to have them less blankless and not so breakup centered. Blank being the person's name, okay? Yesterday was kind of a fail, but I've made progress today. There was a brief moment where while I was at my aunt's house and we brought up Whole Foods because we were gonna go shopping at Whole Foods. I imagined going with him again, this time as friends, and just seeing what that's like, what that would be like. Oh, this is actually cute, actually, what I'm talking about right here. It would be really cool, though, to be with someone who I could go to the store with when we're low on journals, healing card games, and self-help books, and both want to keep buying more of that stuff when needed because we realize how much it actually helps our relationship and we continuously want to grow together. I will have that someday. See, like, that's what I'm saying. You can talk about your feelings and talk about the life you want to live in the future and just reflect on, you know, like what's not working in your life and what you want to replace that with, what you want to be working with in your life. Like, journaling is so powerful. And it's okay if you slack too. I slack occasionally now and then because I've been doing it for so long. I'm more comfortable with me, you know, having like a day where I just don't journal. I know it's still a priority for me. I know it's still something very special and important for me. And I've fallen more in love with making videos like this on my channel where I'm pouring my heart and soul out to the camera. So I feel like it kind of takes its place other than journaling for when I'm not journaling, you know? Yeah, so basically the next step I would say into getting addicted to healing would be, self-help books. This first one, this is the one I just recently, all three of these actually, well, I have 4 books right here, and these 3 are like my newest additions. But this one has been the one that's really been like what I need right now. It's called Set Boundaries, Find Peace, A Guide to Reclaiming Yourself by Nidra Glover Tawwab. I don't know if I said that right. I'm sorry, girl. But I haven't finished any of these really. The one that I'm most close to finishing is this one called Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. This book has really helped me heal my creativity, my relationship with my creativity at least. And that's a big thing for me. If I hadn't said it before, I'm a very creative person, and that also helps me with my relationship to myself, working on my creativity, honoring it, and keeping it alive. That is the passion in my life. So if I don't have that, if I don't have my creativity, I basically kind of have nothing. Like, I still have a good relationship with myself, but I know that like without creation, like I don't know who the fuck I would be if I just didn't create, if I wasn't constantly creating. So if you feel like you're ever low on like your creative fuel, creative belief in yourself, or honestly just belief in yourself in general, I really do recommend this book, because this will change everything you think on, like, it will change everything you think about being creative. Like, any self-doubts you have, read this book. It will reframe your mind on that. Any, like, questions you have about creativity, like, it's answered. Like, read this book. Anything that you need to, like, reaffirm and re-believe in yourself when it comes to being creative, read this book. Read this fucking book. I love it so much. And yeah, it definitely helped my relationship with myself. It helped me accept that I am a creative person and I need my creativity in life, and without it, I am practically nothing. So yeah. But anyways, back to the Boundaries book. Yeah, this is a time in my life where I'm realizing I could have been setting stronger boundaries, and I need to start doing that now. And I feel like I have. And I think also this book, it comes with a card game, but I have this workbook that it also came with because I didn't want to get the cards. I wanted to get the workbook. And this book is actually really cool. I've only written in it a few times. I really need to get back into this. But let's see. This workbook is really cool. Like, it'll ask you questions and get you to journal about it a little bit. It actually asks such good questions. So this first one here says, take a moment to reflect and journal about your deepest fears for starting or continuing your journey or building boundaries. My deepest fears for starting my journey of setting boundaries would be losing people I love, making anyone angry or upset, getting gaslit for expressing my feelings, not being taken seriously / still getting disrespected, settling for places, things, people I don't align with, loving the wrong people who still disrespect me because I never stand up for myself and never told them to stop. Ow. Yeah, that's pretty real, okay? And then the next question said, if I had healthier boundaries, my life would be different in the following ways. I said, I just live my life a whole lot better. I'd be less angry, have a lot less to complain about with people, jobs, etc. This, dude, guys, this is like free therapy. Yes, I paid like 15, 20 bucks for like a book like this, but it's basically therapy. But yeah, this workbook is actually so cool. Like, there's also this little page here of like circles, and it says like define your boundaries within these circles. So I put honesty, good communication, doing what I want to do, saying what I really feel, picky with who I love, spend time with, living by myself, sticking to a personal routine, walking away from what's not right. Yeah, that sounds like someone who's trying to set better boundaries. And then they have little check boxes of what your boundaries look like: neglecting self-care, feeling overwhelmed, desire to run away from your responsibilities, resentment, blah blah blah. And yeah, I would say the little bit that I've been working with that has actually been helping me and just serving as a reminder that I do just need better boundaries. And honestly, just reading this book too has been really helpful for me. I don't know if you can see, but I have like these little sticky tabs sticking out on the outside because I like to annotate in my books. So this first one I annotated. I just like write down like the quotes that I like so I can like flip back to them and just be like, oh, this is something I need to like have ingrained in my system. This one says, you can't save or fix someone, but you can help them save / fix themselves. That's a big one for me, actually, especially with this channel. Obviously, I can't save anyone, any of you guys out there, anyone I love even, by, you know, just being in their life and like being like, oh, I want to save you, oh, I want to fix you. No, you can't do that. You can help them though. You can, you know, bring the horse to water, but can't force it to drink, right? That's basically what that's saying. And that's like something I have struggled with for so long. I always want to like make sure that horse is drinking its water, drinking plenty of water, drinking more if it can. But I gotta stop doing that because then I kind of forget to go and get my own fucking water for myself, right? So yeah. This last one here is called Attached by, well, you can read that. I don't know. I don't want to say it wrong. But yeah, I've seen this book around for a long time and I never got it because, I don't know, I thought it was about something that it's not about. Yeah, I think I thought this book was about, just by the title, I think I thought it was about like, oh, you're attached to this person, here's how you let go of them. But it's actually about like all the different attachment styles that we have as humans: avoidant, secure, anxious, avoidant, anxious, all of that. But yeah, I love the way that this book is written though, specifically. Like, it doesn't feel like a self-help book. It feels like you're reading stories of like real life people who have had these actual issues in their relationships and how they worked through it. And it explains like how each partner, like what their attachment style is and why they're acting the way they're acting in this relationship, why they're having these problems, why it's not working, and how they were able to fix it and overcome it. Maybe they had to leave a partner, whatever, or maybe they got to work with their partner and still stay together. And yeah, that's beautiful. And I just love that this is like, I think it's based on like real case studies. That's what it feels like when I read it, at least, like all these, like, but it's cool. Like, it feels like you're reading like little short stories about people and like what happened in their lives. And It's like so short. They're like literally paragraphs short, and I love it. And yeah, if you have a short attention span, I think you'd like that book too. All right, on to the next part of how to become addicted to healing. We have card games. These are all by the brand We're Not Really Strangers. I have a self-love one, couples, and breakup edition. So these are like the newest additions I've added to my own healing journey. I've never really done these before until like this last year, 2025, specifically because of like the breakup I went through, obviously. I did have this card game though before I got broken up with. Obviously, I got it while I was in the relationship. This was like a little like anniversary gift that I bought for us. And if you guys haven't heard of We're Not Really Strangers, I've known about them for a really long time. I think since like they started. They've always like posted like really cool stuff on their Instagram. If you've never seen it, you should go check it out. But they always just ask questions that I feel like take a while to answer. It's really deep questions, but the card games are really cool. It's my first time ever really getting into them. And when you open up the box, it has 3 levels. It says it on the side, 1, 2, 3. We started with level 1. Obviously the other 2 are like still in their packaging because we just didn't make it that far, but that's whatever. But these questions are like the deepest questions you could ever be asked. They always start off with perception, level 1, 2, connection, 3, reflection. And obviously, as you can tell, they just get deeper as you go. I'll read some questions for you. The day that I did this with this person was actually really fun. I really like the questions they asked. This one says, what do I dislike that most people love? See, like, this is just a game to like get to know your partner deeper. So obviously, if you're on a healing journey with your partner, this would definitely be such a great thing to get. I think this really serves for healthy communication and just being honest in your relationship, so I definitely recommend that to anybody. And then of course we have the self-love game, which I think you should get whether you're in a relationship or not, whether you're heartbroken or not, whether you're good in your relationship with yourself or not. I have all sections open because the way that I like to use this one is I'll pull a card from each section, level 1, 2, and 3. I'll read it, and then I will answer the question in my journal actually. So I'm going to read you an entry where I did like a little section for each and where I really opened up and got real with myself. But yeah, so we'll do when I first started this, September 15th, 2025. This is how I wrote it, by the way. Yeah, you can see it. So We're Not Really Strangers asked, what's one thing you did right? Ooh, that's, see, these are deep core cutting questions. Oh my gosh. So I said, one thing I did right is I let myself love people the way that I love them, is showing them love, the love that I can give them, the love they can receive, and that it was all genuine, not transactional. I give people true love I want to receive in return, even if it's not healthy for me, at least I loved. Right? Like, that's so cute. And I feel like questions like this are so important for me specifically because I am such a deep person, and I've realized that about myself lately is like the depths. I feel like I've come so in touch with my depth lately, and card games like this, books like this, journaling like this, asking questions like this, making videos like this just really adds to my depth. It opens me up more to my depth. It showcases my depth. I am a deep person, and I feel like a lot of times I get scared of my own depth. Like, there's been so many times in my life where I've just actually been scared of my own feelings, and I've become avoidant because of that many times in my life, and I try not to be nowadays. I really do. And in turn, like, it makes me more emotional, and I love actually being emotional because there were times in my life where I really could not open up like at all to anyone or myself, and like I've been afraid to cry in front of other people before. Like, I've been embarrassed to cry in front of other people. I've been embarrassed to be coming off as like weak or whatever. I get scared to like show my feelings for somebody, blah blah blah. I get scared to open up in front of someone, right? But I can't live my life like that anymore. I know I'm a deep person. I know I feel things deeply. So I just have to just let it all be out in the open now. Like, I'm deep and I require deep people in my life, and I just can't settle for like anything being surface level anymore. Anyone not getting me or going as deeply as I go, like within myself. And I feel like I can go deeper. I feel like life can get deeper for me. I can meet deeper people. I can experience deeper love, and like that's not scary anymore. Like, I feel like I really see myself now. It feels like I've been seeing my soul for the first time upon realizing just how deep I am. And I feel like if you're watching this video, you're probably a pretty deep person too, because that's the kind of people it should be reaching, because I want to be attracting the deep people in my life that I feel like I need more than ever at this time right now. But yeah, so that was a little deep dive into my like emotional journey, my healing journey in my journal. And we also have Breakup Edition, which I don't know if I'm going to read a little insert on that. I don't think for these cards I've been jotting down the answers to the questions, but I will read you guys one of the questions. And the thing is too, like I'll answer a question, I'll read a question, answer it, and then put it in the back of the stack for each of these. And then like the next day I'll have like a fresh one right off the top to pull off and answer and journal about. So this one, what feels unique about this heartbreak, if anything? Ooh, that's actually really good. I'm actually gonna write that down. Let me find my pen. I'm gonna write that down right now because I wasn't planning on this for this video. I was just here to talk about this stuff. But now you guys are actually watching me fucking heal in real time. Isn't that cute? So I have my pen. So yeah, it says, what feels unique about this heartbreak, if anything? Which, if you asked me this question a couple months ago when I was first going through it, oh my god, it would have pissed me the fuck off, because the thing about this heartbreak is it does feel quite unique in every way possible. Like, so many ways, so many deep fucking ways. Like, this is the deepest heartbreak I've ever had in my life. Honestly, like the deepest, like, betrayal, hurt ever, whatever. So I'm also gonna date this, because I'm gonna date this because I like dating it, keeping track of where life is, you know? Okay, so what feels unique about this heartbreak, if anything? Well, everything, TBH. Okay, I'm gonna stop writing because my hand's hurting, but like I have so much more to say. Like, guys, this is my most fucking unique heartbreak ever in every way possible. Like, that is not a lie. But basically I said I would say the betrayal is what makes this heartbreak so unique, and my vulnerability. This was the first person I've ever been truly vulnerable with, and I feel like he painted the perfect picture just to get what he wanted and hurt me in the end. He really made me trust him, feel the safest I've ever been with someone, all to make that seem like it was a waste of time and waste of love on my end. And to add to that, I would say this person, I feel like, despite how deeply he hurt me, he kind of opened me up to realize my like true potential in life, my full potential in life. And I feel like I realized my purpose, which is this fucking YouTube channel. And not just because like it's a YouTube channel, not because I'm trying to be a YouTuber here, but because I feel like I've been searching for so long, like how to like find a way on how to really truly help people actually make a difference in the world, do something worth of like value in this world, actually use my fucking healing powers for good. And I think I found that with this channel, with being able to reach people on such a wide audience, such a wide level. And it really does suck to say that, like, oh, you know, like, I gotta go through this pain to like get here and whatnot, because it did hurt, and I'm like not happy that like this thing happened in my life sometimes. But at the end of the day, I do realize, oh wait, I'm still like here though. I'm more connected to my purpose than ever. I'm more on my schedule than ever, my routine of like actually dedicating myself to this channel and actually wanting to be that healing force for others that I feel like I've been searching for so long, something for me for like this to do finally. And I feel like because of this experience, here I am, you know. Like, it's always such a bittersweet thing to realize when pain actually leads you to such a great place in life. Even if like life doesn't really look super great for me right now, which like it doesn't, I still want it to look better. I'm still working on a lot of other things behind the scenes in terms of like my home life and just the life I want to live. But for as long as like I have this channel, for as long as I have you guys, I know I'm doing something right. I feel like I'm doing something right, and I feel like me being able to heal people through this literal channel, I feel like, I swear to God, I feel like I'm healing myself. Like, this is therapy for me too, to just sit here in the front of the camera. That's why I started off like making videos in the first place. I just needed like a fucking emotional catharsis, especially at the time that I started making these videos, started this channel. I didn't even want to create. Like, I was just so like depressed and sad and fucking embarrassed that something like this happened to me, that I got betrayed the way that I did, that I trusted the person that I did in the ways that I did and the way that I loved him, and to realize that was not matched like I thought it was really heartbreaking and disheartening, and I didn't want to fucking talk about it. I didn't want to make art about it, even though, like, that's the number one thing that I feel like always saves me in life. Like I said, I'm very in touch with my creativity, and the fact that at that point in time I didn't want to create really speaks volumes. That really tells you the uniqueness of this fucking era of my life, this time of my life. And yeah, it's just like, wow, when you feel like you're fucking literally stripped of everything, especially the one thing that makes you feel alive in life besides love, which is your creativity, it's just like, damn, like, where do we go from here? And yeah, so one day I just started to, like, talk to the camera. I put the fucking camera up in my room and just started yapping, and yeah, now we're here, and I'm helping you guys fucking heal, and I fucking love it, and I can't wait to see the fucking payoff this gives. And I'd really like to have an actual fucking, like, podcast version of this channel where, like, I have a nice fancy mic and I invite guests on my show. We just get deep and have these real fucking talks, and hopefully I can meet Kareen, the creator of this fucking game. We're not really strangers one day. Maybe have a talk with her if she'd ever be down for that. That'd be super fucking cool, because I'm really grateful that this stuff exists, that people like that exist, that there's other people out there with all this depth just like me, and that we are actually making the world a better fucking place and just helping and healing each other in the process. I love that so much, and that's what I mean, you guys, with fucking being addicted to healing. You're fucking able to help others heal, and I love that so much. And yeah, I think for our final segment, final topic on this topic, I would have to say is dun 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 dun. Get in touch with your fucking spirituality, your faith, whatever. I am not religious, but I'm very spiritual. These are tarot cards. This is tarot. This is oracle. I also have crystals, incense. What else is there? I have a pendulum. Yeah, I'm very, like, woo-woo witchy, blah, 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 okay? And yeah, that's very, very sacred to me. Very sacred to me. It's like, hello, it's faith. Like, I'm not a person who can just get through life believing in nothing. I do believe everything happens for a reason. I feel like some things, though, can just be, though. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think everything happens for a reason. I feel like some things can just exist just for the sake of existing, can just be there just to fucking be there, and not everything needs an explanation. But most things in life, I think they do. And me getting in touch with my spirituality, for one, has really, like, helped me understand who I am as a person, like astrology in specifics, like getting my fucking natal chart read and, like, understanding each part of that, literally, like, what makes me me, what makes me whole. Also, if you don't know, this is not an ad, by the way, not a sponsorship, there's this app called The Pattern. For anyone else who's super spiritual out there that's watching this, I recommend you get this app if you don't have it already. You put in your birth chart information, and it does tell you all about you. It has, like, all these things that, like, explain why you are the way that you are, but also tells you, like, the fucking things that are going on in your life right now. If there's some crazy bullshit happening, this will explain why. And they have this new freaking AI feature called You in Depth, which is really cool. I'm not the biggest fan of AI. I know it's terrible for the environment, but I've kind of been using this as, like, my therapist. I'm not gonna lie. This is included in the paid version, I will say, though. But you can, like, talk about, like, any person. You can put in other people's birth time information on here too, and just chat about your, like, relationship to them and everything. You can go in depth about it. You can do a bond about it. Let me show you. Sure, I'll do this one as a friend, and it'll say me and this person's friendship, and it's so cool, blah blah blah. But specifically on the parts about you, though, and how that can help you heal, it's the astrology side to it all. And astrology is really cool because it really does open you up to who you are as a person and explains why you are the way that you are, whether you believe in that or not. I know I believe it. I know it makes a lot of sense to me, and I'm not trying to force anyone to get into it that's not already into it. Like, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. And of course, Oracle and Tarot really play their part in that as well. I'm just always here, like, asking questions, doing readings on myself. This deck in particular though, Wisdom of the Oracle, I really do recommend this one. Also not sponsored, but I just love this deck a lot because if you don't really know how to read tarot, this will give you more like clearer answers. It's not like tarot specifically, it's oracle, so it's not gonna have like the same like cards as this one has, you know, with like swords and wands, all that. This one just has like pretty pictures and words on it, but it really like gets like a clear message across, and I love that for like people who just aren't super immersed into tarot, because yes, I love tarot and all that, but I also don't really know a lot about it. At the same time, like I don't have all the cards memorized or whatnot. But yeah, that's just basically me though as a person. I feel like I just kind of like exposed myself, all the things I'm into, the fucking card games I play, the fucking tarot readings I do on myself. I read you my journal entries, like hello, welcome to my channel. You got to see like all these different sides of me, the books I read, and yeah, this is just really me as a person. I feel like I just opened myself up here more than I've ever opened up myself on the internet, which is funny because I feel like I've been posting myself online since like the age of like probably like 5, guys. Like I'm everywhere on the internet, I'm not gonna lie. Like I got a lot of different pages, and if you can find them all, great. If not, that's fine, don't worry about it. But yeah, I've been on the internet for a long fucking time and have expressed myself so creatively online. And yeah, I was doing the fucking music thing a lot last year. If you could ever find that, that'd be cool. Don't tell me about it. But I mean, I thought that was me really being super exposing as to who I am as a person, because it was really scary and really vulnerable. But honestly, this is like truly the most me the internet has ever seen, and like that's great. And I'm glad. I love being seen this way. I love being perceived as this actual fucking person who I hope seems like knows what she's talking about, who I hope seems like, you know, like I have a lot to fucking show for all the fucking work I've been doing on myself and continue to do on myself, and will never fucking stop doing for myself, because this time in my life has really reminded me that I do need to put myself first. I do need to set my boundaries. I do need to remember who the fuck I am and what I can fucking do with this in this world, what I can offer in this world, how I can help people in this world, and how I can help myself in return of all that. And I just love how it all just goes hand in hand. And yes, a lot of it was a byproduct of my pain and the things I went through, but it's okay, because that's life, and that's the greatest thing you can do in life. That is the number one thing too when it comes to becoming addicted to healing, is how can you turn your pain into something good for yourself? How can you rewrite the fucking script? Like, you're not gonna act like it didn't happen. No, that's not how you do it. You fucking write down how it happened, how it made you feel, what you're going through, and what is to come after that is fucking beautiful, because you're not giving up on yourself. It's just like going to the fucking gym, which I would say also helps you become addicted to healing, because there you are, fucking healing your body. You're going to the gym, you're eating right, yum, yum, yum. Yeah, that's dedication to yourself. That's you prioritizing yourself, putting yourself first, right? And so is all this. This is just the mental and spiritual side of all of that. And yeah, if you made it this far to the video, thank you so fucking much for watching. Seriously, I mean it from the bottom of my heart. It means so much to me, and I really hope that this video does help people out there, anyone who's like just getting to start on their spiritual journey, their healing journey. I hope that you do like buy one of these books, or just buy a journal. Just, you don't even need to buy a journal, just whatever paper you have lying around the house, or just record a video on your phone and talk to yourself. You don't even have to post it anywhere. You don't have to be so public with this. That's the thing too. That's the beauty about healing. It can always be done in private, and for me, for the most part, it is. If I'm not recording a video on here, then everything else that I could be going through is like being written down in a journal, or being worked out in a workbook, like, or being written in a song, because I still write songs. I still am trying to like make music such a big priority in my life too right now. I really do hope that this gets you some sort of like, oh, maybe I could try this, try that, whatever, some sort of footing in your healing journey. And I hope that it goes well for you. It's not going to be pretty, it's going to be messy. You have to remember that not every day is going to be perfect. Just like going to the gym, there's going to be days you're more motivated to do it, some days where you're not going to feel like doing it at all. But it all comes down to how willing you are to show up for yourself, how committed you are to your journey, and how much like you really want to move on from things, how much you really want to change your life, how much you really want better for your fucking self. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. It's been a great talk with y'all, and this has been the Addicted to Healing podcast. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna try to keep uploading weekly, and thank you so much for being here. I love you so much. Bye. Mwah.